what worked out for them. So what better way to ask Sweet directly from ourselves to him to figure out what trickled down today to allow NRG to find the success that they needed to find desperately, so that way they could make their way into LAN.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? Oh, barely.
Hi.
There you
Okay,
are. I was
sorry.
gonna say, they told us we've got you. Hey, what's up,
Yeah,
Sweet?
I'm just
How
making
you
sure I'm
feeling
here.
after
Hello,
that?
hello, hello.
Oh, no.
All right, sorry I have no cam.
Hello, we
but,
hear you. Can you hear us?
I'm here. Yes, I hear you.
Okay,
Welcome in, Sweet. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join and hop on the virtual phone line with us. Congrats on a successful day. How are you feeling after this series?
Feeling good. A little demoralizing getting no beacons on Storm Point for the 3rd week in a row and getting 3 of the exact same zones in the middle of the map, having to rotate across the zone. But we did it finally today and overcame the odds and couldn't be happier.
You did it. You covered those odds immensely. Every time I would see a Valcolt from y'all, I'd flip a coin and say, may the odds ever be in your favor. And it seemed like they were for the most part, despite the lack of beacons. But coming into ALGS game day, a lot of people have the question of, what is NRG doing? Why weren't they finding success early on in ALGS? But what do you think necessarily changed on your side? Was it team dynamics? Things just seemed to click for you today.
Well, we just had to completely relearn how to play the game. Across the entirety of Pro League, we played 30 zones. On World's Edge, we got 0 out of 15 zones on our quadrant of the map, and on Storm Point, we got 1 of 15. We're a team that picked 2 landing spots that are pretty favorable. We land staging and checkpoint. Yep. How many times have you seen a thermal station zone? How many times have you seen a staging zone? We got 0 of 15 throughout the duration of Pro League. Swap to Storm Point, the checkpoint beacon all of a sudden just never spawns. So quite literally, we had to relearn and recreate our macro because the variables that were spawning for us prior to Pro League just didn't for whatever reason. So RNG definitely wasn't on our side, but it takes time to put together a new macro plan. And we put together the Bangalore Seer comp on Storm Point as well as Lobo Watson on World's Edge, changed our play style. It took us a few weeks to get there, but here we are.
I mean, it's definitely paying off. So I just want to give a shout out to you because obviously you're the brains behind the operation. You can see here just how meticulous you are and all the way down to the zone pools. And you're right, not a lot of thermal station pools for sure, but I'm gonna hand it over to Vicky to hit you with the next question.
Yeah, you know, I actually really love to hear your output on how these circle pulls have actually affected your team negatively, because we saw the decision making go down between your rotations, whether to call off third parties, whether you just wanted to prioritize either getting the next beacon that was far away from your POI, or whether you wanted to out-rotate other squads like we saw between CLG and Optic Gaming on Storm Point at one point. And I really enjoyed the fact that you guys made that call because you guys got into the building, into that final circle by a Gale station quicker than the other squads that didn't take that faster rotate. So that's really interesting to hear you talk about that and how these rotations just weren't favoring you and where the circle pullings were actually going for on World's Edge and Storm Point. But my question is, between your dynamic between Nafen and Gild and having Gild on the team, can you talk to us a little bit about how Gild has kind of put down the work for NRG? Because Gild's out here performing to the degree that you guys are basically sending him out. We call you the Pokemon trainer, we call him the Pokemon, for all the right reasons out here. I mean, he was fragging out alongside you. Well, how's their dynamic as a team?
100%. Yeah, I mean, adding Gild to the team, it was no secret that prior to ALGS, we won virtually every tournament you could possibly win leading up to this. Now, ALGS rolls around and a lot of people started to think that Gild was the issue, or Nate doesn't have the passion, or I'm the issue. But in reality, Gild and Nate played at the top of the game every single week. And the thing holding us back every week was, very simply put, my macro strategy. My micro, I think we actually have statistically the most individual game wins in ALGS this season in terms of intra weeks. However, when it comes to actually getting to the end game, that was my biggest struggle as an IGL. We got to the end game, we would consistently win, but my macro took a huge hit with this new variance of zones and beacons and stuff. So it took a while to put it back together, but put some new stuff together today as an IGL and it paid dividends. But Gild and Nafen, I mean, Gild specifically as the new member of the team, just literally one clips everybody, widely regarded as the best controller player in NA, and always proves it day in and day out.
Well, thank you for that insight. I'm really excited to see what you are going to do next alongside Nafen and Gild. Sweet, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, but I want to throw it back to you one last time. Any shout outs for anyone out there after today?
Yeah, shout out to the checkpoint beacon. I hate you. And shout out for not getting a single harvester beacon, staging beacon. Oh no, excuse me. Never getting a staging zone, thermal zone, harvester zone, landslide zone, or a tree zone in 6 weeks of Pro League. Where's the variance? Make it fair. Come on, they're trying to hold us back. I know we won everything, but geez, man. Definitely losing to the math gods, but thank you guys both for casting. You guys are phenomenal at it, and thanks for having me. Hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you so much, Sweet. Have a great evening. And it was such a joy to hear from them